Hello, good morning, and welcome to Move Mondays. We have a jam-packed Move Monday here today. We have our standard announcements first, which is not very exciting, but while we're waiting for people to filter in, as always, please come take a look at aptoslabs.com/careers, aptoslabs.com/careers. The perfect place to find the next step in your grandmother's girlfriend's career. So please, regardless of design, business development, engineering, or a variety of other roles, we're hiring aggressively across a wide variety of fronts. Please come join us, aptoslabs.com/careers, and you too could join this ever fluctuating room in terms of number of members here. Next week, even next week, you could be sitting here with us. So send the link to everyone, aptoslabs.com/careers. I'll repeat it one more time, just because we're waiting for people to fill in, aptoslabs.com/careers. Good morning, good evening, good night for many of you. Before we get started, I think we can go around the room and give a quick round of introductions for those that are joining for the first time, starting with.
Hi, I'm Tukun. I'm the technical translator today.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm ecosystem engineering.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sherry. I'm a production engineer.
Hey, I'm Bo. I'm also a software engineer on the ecosystem. I'm also a translator today.
I'm Alex. I write move code.
I'm Kent. I'm an engineer on ecosystem.
Hi, this is Pranav. You might know me as the leaderboard guy.
Hi, I'm Victor, and a software engineer on the Move programming language.
Hey, I'm Greg. I'm a software engineer on ecosystem.
I'm David, and I just want to give props out to Aptos monkeys for making me a cool PFP, and now I'm a coding monkey.
That's pretty good. I'm jealous. It's fantastic. The monkey is fantastic. I'm very jealous. I love lava.
They really caught the good side of my face too, so it's really.
They got the shirt and everything. It's really, it's very good detail.
He's a little guy though.
Yeah, little monkey helping little monkey. Room for improvement.
Fantastic. Today with us we have Souffl3, which is honestly an amazing project. One of my favorites by far. I've definitely played a lot with the gamification, the creating, baking recipe in Souffl3, the struggle to have enough blueberries to do so, and having way too much milk. I totally get it. I love it. It's been a lot of fun, and looking forward to hearing about a wide variety of topics. I think, given how late it is, we can get started with that. So.
Terrific. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having us, with Team Souffl3, and, definitely great to be here with you guys for the Move Monday. We got here our CEO, Ray, and we got our colleague, Phil, joining me as well. So, I think the way we would do it today is I'll give a quick demo of our product, by share screening. So, hopefully as a quick and concise demo of our product, what we've been busy with and what we've been able to bring to the community. And following that, Ray will be given a quick Q&A session. Then, Phil will probably also share his 2 cents on the projects and I guess on the ecosystem as well. So if you don't mind, I'll just kick it off right away with the demo of the product. Let me do the share screen. Hopefully I've been granted access for that. Okay, off we go. Is this live and kicking in, Mom? Everybody okay to see this?
Yeah.
All righty, terrific. So here is Software.com. Our product we've been able to build starting in early August. A quick demo here. In the front page you'll be able to see the top collections. At the moment, we're only featuring the top collections, meaning the ones featuring the top trading volume. You are seeing our ingredients and NFTs on the top, and then potentially some of the other trendy creations at the moment. We will in the future bring in a creators of the page that specifically list out and exhibit all the NFT creations on chain. In the future, that's an upcoming feature, and we will also be building specific page for each and every collection in the future. So if I dive just into any one of these and potentially say our ingredients NFT, and I'll dig more into it when I come to the Bake Off event section. That's one of the rolling campaign we have at the moment. You'll be able to see here, it's simple and very straightforward purchase function. Awkwardly, I don't have sufficient balance, but otherwise I'll be able to make a purchase, with a single click on the buy. Another interesting feature that we built in was the sweep functionality, and that's something that we've been building as early as day one when we launched in early August. If you have a sweep function, what it allows you to do is sort of to key in the number of items you wish to purchase in one go. In my case here, I key in 4 items. So it will automatically just put in 4 most affordable items within this collection in my cart, and I can simply just complete a purchase in one go. The nature of our product here is an aggregator. So at the moment, what you see here, those are all listed on Souffl3, but when we go on Mainnet, things that are listed on other potential marketplaces will also be aggregated here. And when you make the purchase, it's just one simple click without having to redirect to the page of other marketplaces wherever the item is listed. So that's one of the smart trading functionalities that the team is working on and ready to bring to the community in the near future. So that's a sort of more of a straightforward sort of sweep and purchase functionality. In our case, you will also be able to list to sell. I've just minted one of the our testnet NFT here, so for that you'll be able to list to sell. Right, at the moment I only have one item in here, but if I had multiple, I'll be able to list multiple in one go. If I click continue to list, at the moment, you'll be able to just key in, whatever the price you want to list it at, right? And that's all done in the calculation on the right-hand column for you as well. That's for the, a quick overview on the purchase and listing function. And I also want to bring you guys to the launches tab here that we built in quite recently. At the moment, you'll be able to see here that we got our test NFT, Aptos 0 as well. In the near future, we'll be featuring some of our collaborating creators and artists here for their works to be featuring on this page as well. I think especially the ones that has already joined us for our campaign event. So this is a constantly sort of updating and growing list of amazing projects. Just currently noticing that this is at the moment for testnet. So when it goes on mainnet, it will be having a different sort of version. But this is just launches tab that features the exhibition of the creations at the moment. We also have the Launchpad form here. So if people that are interested in our Launchpad services, we'll be very happy to crack into dialogue with them in terms of how we can further support them on the deployment of their work on Aptos. At the moment, what we've done here, if you click into this, will be a Google form for people to fill out your basics of your creations, so that we know how we can assist them most efficiently. So that's so much for the launches tab, and I want to move you guys to the Bake Off event. That's something that we've been working on at the moment. Is constantly rolling. It's been rolling for a couple of weeks at the moment. And we have been working on continuously to bring in surprises for our community, for the ecosystem as well, right? You can see a whitelist generously offered by our collaborators. It has grown all the way from, in day one, I think we had about 6 of them joining, and it has gradually growing day by day. I think very soon this week we'll also be bringing in some more, whitelists from other creators as well. But that's just one of the many rewards or prizes that people can win when they do the Bake Off with us. We also put in Discord roles for our Discord channel or server for people to win, right? Which leads to the whitelist of our Genesis and NFTs. The mechanism of the Bake Off event itself is extremely fun and intriguing, and we we want people to collect as much as ingredient NFTs as they possibly could, so that they can bake off, right? They have one of each 5, and then they'd be able to bake off one Souffl3, and it basically works more like a loot box mechanism. Then people will be able to draw that reward and win that reward. At the moment, I think the scenario, I think at one time we had about over 3,000 people at one time just baking and participating. This is really a fraction of our community, and it's continuously growing as we bring more and more surprise in it. So yeah, I think that so much concludes for the bake-off section of the campaign event here. Before I wrap up here and see if you guys get any question, and then I hand it over to Ray for the further introduction. I also want to talk about quickly just the information for the page that we built in for each and every item within the collection here, and what you can see here. This is still rapidly sort of growing, and we're updating it, but you'll be able to see the price history, the potential trade here. It doesn't mean much here for the testnet, but when you come to Mainnet and with the metadata, you'll be able to see the different trade, and they also have the rarity calculation here, and also the previous activity, and you'll be able to also see this very, very clearly. So, well, yeah, that's it from my side, for the demo of our product. I hope you like it. See if you get any questions, and before I hand it over to Ray.
Awesome. I've used it a bunch. I know a lot of us have. It's been a huge lot of fun. The Bake Off is a really, really amazing idea.
Yeah, something I think we try to do and bring some more fun to people. Rather than just only having that sort of giveaway event rolling day by day. Something that's just keep people entertained and try to have fun with it.
I think you've achieved it. Definitely kept me coming back more than one day, just to see if I can get a whitelist roll, just to see what I could get.
Terrific. Okay, well, why don't I pass it to Ray then? If you don't have any other questions, then he'd be glad to give you a quick walkthrough of our product in more details.
Fantastic. Hello, Ray.
Ray, I think it'll be up to you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ray. Nice to meet you, everyone.
Hello, Ray.
Hello.
Feel free to turn to you speaking. Otherwise, we can jump into the questions. So our first question is, why build on Aptos?
Okay. The Souffl3 team consists. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. The Souffl3 team consists of a group of people who have worked in Google, Alibaba, and other top-tier internet companies for more than 10 years. They strongly believe that the future of internet is blockchain, is Web3. There will be a huge amount of Web2 users using products built on Web3. So we need a network that can meet the needs of billions of internet users and can make Web2 companies better. At the same time, the Web3 network can also provide security, stability, and can be easily upgraded. Therefore, we believe the mechanism of Aptos using the BFT consensus algorithm and parallel exclusion using block STM is the solution. Also, the community state sharding that Aptos will offer in the future makes us think that Aptos is the public chain that we need. Another important decision factor is the Mu language. Our team member has used the Solidity and Rust to develop a smart contract in the past. Mu really makes us feel that it's a smart contract language designed for blockchain. Most result-based development concepts can bring a large imagination for smart contract design. At the same time, because the Mu language is special, it is possible to build a more safe smart contract project at a very low cost. And the learning cost for developer is very low. We feel that the Mu language will take a smart contract to a whole new level from a software engineer view. So that's some other these are some of the reasons why we built on Aptos. After months of development and running the product, we think we made the right choice. Aptos is not only the technical advances, but also have a great team working on it.
Oh, thank you very much. So, Ray, what smart contracts have you developed?
Okay. Souffl3 is doing an NFT marketplace. So our most basic smart contracts are auction-related contracts. For example, big price offer, English auction, Dutch auction, and other basic trading functions. We also have some tools for NFT creators. These tools have progressed the sale-related smart contracts. For example, whitelist smart contract and others.
Awesome. So you mentioned that you're creating these smart contracts. There's no standard auction interface, right? So what are your plans and kind of what is the ideal auction from your perspective?
Okay. Souffl3 hopes to provide an open source and universal module that the whole Aptos ecosystem can use. By doing this, we want to reduce the workload for other projects on Aptos chain, making it easier to develop on Aptos. One of these developments is a decentralized auction house smart contract. With this smart contract, we want users to be able to given on chain and not on a centralized system. It is also possible to provide better and more flexible market fee for users. We feel that in the Web3 marketplace, NFTs should not be sold only on a fixed market. All transactions should be on-chain, and sellers have the right to choose whatever the transaction can be seen by anyone or be limited viewers. They should not be forced to choose a platform with a lot of users, but have a 5 fees. So when we have developed Souffl3, any pending order information on Souffl3 can be accessed by anyone on chain. And we will also provide API to help users directly access the pending sale information so that everyone can make use of them. Overall, anyone can use this auction house smart contract and our API to build his own NFT trading market. We also hope that on top of this smart contract, where all liquidity is centralized and visible, there will be a more flexible market for everyone. In the market fee should not be a fixed price. It needs to be decided by how much service and the platform can provide to creator and the users, and not just because they have more users, so they can charge high price. So this fee can be dynamically decided by many factors. For example, the speed of transaction and the price of transaction. that the market can put the orders together. If we do it this way, NFT marketplace developers can put in more engineer on how to better provide the service to creators and the communities. So we can all do a lot of creator play and value add for Aptos ecosystem.
Fantastic. I'm excited to see these open source contracts.
We're looking forward to working with you and making this
Yeah.
happen for everybody. It's excited to hear that.
Yeah, it's amazing to see people contributing, who want to contribute like yourselves to the whole ecosystem. So I guess on the topic, of all the work that you're doing, what is going well in development?
Okay. We have completed a lot of features so far. You can see and use them on the Souffl3 website. However, a lot of the development work are on the infrastructure side, so they are not much visible to the users. But this infrastructure development has helped us to build a lot of functions faster and more secure. For example, right now we have opened many basic features such as fixed price, the NFT purchase, bulk save, and bulk buy. And they are all built on a strong infrastructure that we have spent a lot of time developing. Overall, we have completed the first phase of building a decentralized auction house based on the Aptos token framework. We are also in the progress of testing and reviewing the results. We will soon open source it to the community. At the same time, our API is also under development. They will be available at the end of the month for everyone to test use them.
Awesome. So what is not going great, right? What could be better?
Okay. In addition of smart contract and infrastructure development work, we are also doing a lot of work on the product and trading experience improvement. While most of what we just said is focused on the work we have done with developers, we actually have two other important user groups, the NFT creators and the actual consumers. For creators, we have our own launchpad service, which contains a very important what you see is what you get NFT creation tool. This tool will allow NFT creators to publish their NFT collections to Aptos without writing any code. This tool also lets the creators to set the whitelist role required for the NFT sale. They can set all this without needing to do any coding. And at the same time, we will work with many studios that are great ideas to create NFTs. They can take advantage of more language feature. On the consumer side, we will have some more interesting feature and interactions. Our team has created many great Web2 products in the past. So we have to have 10 million users. We hope we can bring the express to our current users. For this regard, we have a piece of very important news to let everyone know. That is, Souffl3's mobile version are already in development. We believe that the future of NFT will have more uses on mobile phone. So it is a very important interest for users. Also, mobile application can help lower entry barrier for L2 users and can bring a larger amount of them into Web3. And NFT is a great application to attach them. So developing the mobile version is a very important step in Souffl3 development. We hope that users can also have the full expression even if they have only used Souffl3 on their cell phone.
That's super exciting. I can't believe that we have a Souffl3 mobile version coming. I didn't know that was in the plans, and I can't wait. I will definitely be buying NFTs on my phone as soon as I can be. I am not responsible with my money. So one of the kind of last question that we have for you as prepared is what would you like from the community?
Okay, I think I would like Phil to give some answer about the community. Hello, Phil.
Hi there. Oh, hi guys. This is Phil. Basically, thanks really for the introduction. So I'm in the team, basically helping everyone coordinating our community activities. So just before diving into what we what we're looking for, just want to give everybody a quick recap of how we are really benefiting from the entire ecosystem in terms of building our the Souffl3 community. So it's been about a month plus since we've launched the Aptos ecosystem, and over this month we have seen a tremendous growth. Like our Discord, like there was more than 24,000 to join our Discord in about a month, and currently I think our Twitter, we're just in about 30 days right now, we're reaching 40,000 milestone, and we're making posts about it. However, I mean, in addition to that, one thing we really want to thank the Aptos ecosystem community is that we want to point out that all these growths are completely organic. Like we didn't know them in any other ways. It's just from word of mouth and people coming, trying our products and everything. So at the end of the day, we're just really happy that a lot of users, a lot of people in our Discord channel every day talking about, the bake-off and how crazy expensive the blueberries are and everything, how that was. And it just like from the pure data point of view, it's like it's been over several weeks since we launched like the bake-off event. Right now, the user retention rate is still at 50%. You see more than half of the people still talking about it. So even like we've been doing a lot of like crypto experience back then. This is like the first in a long time that we think this sort of activeness from the communities and everything. So overall, we're very grateful for what has happened. We still want everybody to come out and take a look, see what we are doing on the Souffl3 platform. So that's first thing. We always will want where everyone has heard about the Souffl3 platform to come, try it out, definitely try out the ingredients, bake your souffle, get your whitelist, and just basically get on the platform and see how crazy expensive those things are, and trying to make your APTs while trading the sugars and the blueberry with them, just join the fun with it. And if anybody sees the fun of it, we always were encouraged to recommend someone else to come here and try it out. And even, I mean, when you see the platform and see like you have any idea and thoughts that we can make it better, that's something we will always will welcome our user to come and give us feedback, because at the end of the day, the Souffl3 platform is something built for the users. These are the people we build them for. So we always want to know what people think about it and how they want us to build it better, to make it better for them. Like the mobile version was always come from a request actually from a lot of their community users. They ask if they can always play that around while they're like, outside beyond their phone. That's something we got from them. So we always be welcome the feedbacks from them, all these. So that's the one thing. And yeah, spread the word. Definitely come try us out and tell us what you think. The second thing is that actually from all the participation from everyone everywhere. I mean, it's been a global experience from everybody. So now we're seeing people from various regions actually coming up and saying, okay, they want to, help us out and kind of localize it on their appearance, just to spread the word, spread where we are in their own languages, everything. And like in the Discord channel right now, we're having 7 to 8 language areas set up. And actually there are more people coming to us saying like they're setting up their own channels, like Telegram groups on their region, their places, and talking about Souffl3. So I think at the end of the day is that for these users who are we're more than welcome them to come, like talk to our moderators, talk to our community managers to say, okay, I want to build our your Souffl3 channel in my language, and just apply one in our Discord channel. And instead of building your like the fan channel or groups in your own place. And because I think at the end of the day, we can provide you with more support and more materials. And we definitely want to help out the people who are in their local regions on try it ourselves. So one thing we want to like let everyone know is that when you want to promote Souffl3 or just let people know about it in your own region, come talk to us. Just wanna and apply for a language channel on Discord, and we'll be more than happy to help you set it up and just provide you with support from our own moderators to do that. So yeah, that's something where we're something right now where we're just looking for people, for everyone who's interested, let them know what we're looking for at the moment. And yeah, lastly, just at the end of the day, super grateful for joining the ecosystem, super happy that we're seeing this kind of enthusiasm in the Aptos ecosystem. And yeah, we want to keep the trend going, keep the growth going.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's super interesting. I'm going to keep using Souffl3, and it's amazing to hear that there's just more and more reasons to do so. I'm really excited actually to hear that you have such a large number of language channels. I think that's something that really excites me about Aptos in general, is just how broad a global kind of reach that there is, right? It's not limited to just the Bay Area. It's become very quickly a global one, and I'm really glad that kind of broad reach and diversity is part of every not just project but also the community that everyone builds. It's heartwarming to see. Thank you so much, Phil, Ray, Bill from Souffl3. If you are in Twitch, I posted a link to Souffl3. If you have not yet seen them, which you definitely should, into our Twitch chat, please take a look at the website. There's a bunch of fun stuff that you can earn, and it's just a good time to play with. If you do have any questions, please put them into our Twitch, of course, or if you are watching and don't have a Twitch account and you're in Discord, we can use the general channel. Please tag me if you have any of the questions. We will try to answer them live. And speaking, actually, before we get to questions,
we've got lots of
stuff to cover.
Yeah.
So
let's do gas first.
Gas. We have Greg and Victor. Impact.
So very much everyone has been asking about gas and what are we going to be doing for gas in the future. And we have just worked towards a new gas schedule so that we have one change and we'll be modifying it in the future. Anyways, so we'll be modifying in the future, and we've added a API. We've added some changes to the API in order to help you be able to estimate your gas usage. So in our upcoming changes, we have the ability for you to actually simulate a transaction, and it will be able to tell you with some with some parameters that you can actually get the maximum amount of gas that you need for a transaction at this point in time. And we'll tell you the actual amount that is actually used at that point in time, as well as the estimated gas unit price that will be based on the current conditions of the network. And then I guess to talk more about the gas schedule, Victor, you want to talk about it?
So basically, just a heads up that like right now we're basically just like finished implementing all of the features related to the gas schedule, and now we're officially in the process of kind of like calibrating our gas schedule just to come up with some like more like practical and reasonable numbers.
Yeah.
So please do expect some like upcoming changes to these numbers like on the testnet, and please like provide us with like your feedbacks.
Yeah, just to give an update on the rollout plan, Victor worked valiantly late into the morning or night or something like that. I can't keep track of Victor, he works too hard, to actually land in a new gas schedule that unifies all the pieces that we've been trying to work on for so long here. And so we will actually be doing a special DevNet release today that brings to you a new version of the gas schedule. the one thing that's really important to call out here is that in this gas schedule, the base multiplier is no longer going to be 1. It's going to be 1,000, right, Victor? In the transaction?
It's gonna be 10,000.
10,000. Wow. Okay. So that means if you don't specify 10,000 in.
You're talking about like the internal scaling factor, or?
No, the one that we're going to put into the transaction. You've got the max gas cost and then you've got the multiplier.
Oh, that one, yeah. That's gonna be 150.
150. Okay. 150. That number needs to be 150 or greater, or your transaction will be ruthlessly rejected by DevNet. And it's important that we start appreciating the nuances here, because we're going to be bringing this into testnet towards the end of the week. And just to give a reason why we made this 150 is you can consider if we left it at 1 and you need to have a different price due to the changes in the fee market for transactions, you literally have to be doubling the price of your transaction in order for it to be executed. By moving it to 150, we give much greater granularity, where if you specify 151, well, that's no longer going to be a doubling. That's going to be less than a single % increase on the cost of the transaction. So it actually gives you much more configurability in your transaction costs. We do recognize that this is quite a surprising change. And so we're going to be trying to make it smooth and seamless for you folks. But the reality is, given all the timelines and desire to move quickly here and to get feedback as quickly as possible, we will be rolling this out to DevNet almost immediately and shortly thereafter towards the end of the week into testnet. So please be testing, please be prepared for these changes. We will be pushing out new SDKs, tooling to make this all as seamless as possible, but it's going to require work on everybody's parts to make sure that we can seamlessly move Aptos into this new ecosystem where gas actually matters.
So David, just one correction. I thought you were talking about like a different value, but for the one you just talked about,
yes,
it's 100 instead of 150.
Okay, perfect. That makes it rounder.
But also another thing to mention is that we also just kind of like increase the minimum gas amount allowed for any transaction. Then now you pretty much have to basically allow at least 150 units of gas, or otherwise your transaction will actually just like almost be like immediately rejected, because that's like the bare minimum amount. So I would actually advise you to put something like around, I would say like around like 1,000 for a more realistic transaction for now.
Okay, sounds good.
Exciting.
But instead, we should be actually querying for the unit price that we should put in, rather than hard coding anything like 1,000, correct?
Yes, that's highly encouraged.
Yeah, and we'll be putting that kind of information in this API, so then you don't have to necessarily do it. You can just simulate the transaction and it will handle the fact that your max gas is whatever value.
Cool. So be prepared. We'll be putting out release notes as these changes come in there, and we will be, as always, available in the various Discord chats to take in feedback and to work with you folks in the community to make sure that we can move as seamlessly as possible into this new world of gas. Cool. I think that's gas.
That's gas. What a gas that conversation's been. Thank you. Gas. It's okay, I'm a dad now. I'm allowed to make these jokes. Fantastic. AIT3 recently just ended. The validators were withdrawn. We've closed up the network. I believe a Medium post went up this morning for everyone to take a look at. But Sherry, tell me about AIT3.
Sure. Like Max mentioned, if you're interested in more details, the media post definitely covers more things than I would in this meeting. But congratulations to everyone who successfully participated in AIT3. It is, again, a really amazing test that this one actually helped us find one of the major bugs in our repo, where like one of our dependencies showed up a very weird, unexpected behavior that we never find out before in our testing environment. So this is a really big win for us, because it's serving exactly the purpose of running all the incentivized testnet to help us expose gaps, bugs, issues, and help us improve our network. So thank you all the node operators, the entire community who have been going through this with us and bear with us. And we did, I remember, if I remember correctly, 8 upgrades total together including the binary upgrades, config upgrades. We also did 3 governance voting. So thank you all for participating. And as we're ending our AIT3, obviously you know, like every end of the AITs, we really do a small adjustment on our reward criteria to make sure we fairly reward everybody's efforts, all the hard working putting together on this. And we also wanted to recognize the people who did a special actual effort in helping us by running the nodes in rare regions, by deploying the validator full nodes, by following along all the operations, and also participating in our extended timelines of AIT3. You can read through all the detailed criteria for the rewards and the new threshold and metrics in our media post, and always let us know if you have any questions. And we have been internally tracking who is getting how much reward for every AITs, and at some times in the future, we will show this in the community platform portal for you to see as well. So yeah, stay tuned, and thanks everyone again for being here, supporting us. Yeah, AIT3 is ended, but obviously in the future, there's always going to be more incentivized testnet, and every incentivized testnet, there's going to be bigger and more participants, more feature to test. So there's be more fun and excitement coming very soon. Stay tuned, and we'll always let you know whenever there's a new incentivized testnet open.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sherry. I'm looking forward to the next incentivized testnet, whenever that one is, coming soon, I hear.
Soon. Sooner than you would think.
Oh no. That's a scary thought. Thank you very much, Sherry. So I think that takes us to questions, unless there is anything that I missed. And there's no DevNet release.
There might be a DevNet release coming because of our new guest schedule. We will post in the Discord channel whenever we're ready. So like stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Let's stay tuned.
Fantastic.
But if you recognize, like so far in the past 2 weeks, at least for the DevNet release, major changes are usually coming from CLIs, APIs, or SDK, as like we don't expecting any major changes in our framework, move contracts, or any of the blockchain binaries, because we have for our repo to prepare for a soon coming also mainnet launch. That's why like you see lots of the things are tuning things or introducing new features that's backward compatible with all the improvements on usabilities, on CLIs and APIs and SDK. So always read through our release note to see if that impacts you, because like all those things are very likely you use to develop your applications, and you use to, like Greg just said, we have new feature now to help simulate the gas fees. So try it out and let us know how you like it.
Amazing. So many things coming soon. And now I think we can safely move on to user questions. Questions for our community, questions about Move, fun times. So the first question coming from someone very close to us is, sorry, trying to find the thread. There's been a lot of conversation about our AB setup yet again. One day we'll figure it out. So this is actually a really good question. Do event emissions to the same handle result in a collision between transactions that would not otherwise collide? I can answer this really quickly because Wolfgang actually answered in the thread, or Wolfgang, if you'd like, you can give the answer yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I answered only in the internal thread, not on Twitch. But yes, unfortunately, that is the case. So the event, because the events need to be sequentially counted. So you can actually, with a strict requirement that they are sequentially counted, you can verify that you have missed an event. Because if you would have missed one, you have a gap in the numbering of the events. And that is has this unfortunate results also for parallel execution. That is a problem. So we may work in the future on solutions for this problem. We're generally trying to make this kind of thing as rare as possible for the reason to improve potential for parallel execution.
Thank you, Wolfgang. This is a fun gas question that I'm also really curious about as I'm writing some move contracts. Does it cost more gas to return by value or to assign to immutable reference? Does it depend on the underlying type? I.e., should I pass bulls by value but U128s by immutable reference?
So I would say our general answer is that right now everything is just like tentative and we're just like calibrating them. But a more detailed answer would be that one. Right now with the current VM implementation and also like the way we gas those things, so passing a mutable reference will actually likely cost you a little bit more since we actually box all of our values internally. So also just to mention that like you probably don't want to, you know, just kind of like overfit to the current VM like execution model, because in the future it's possible that we could either optimize it or even come up with like another like brand new super fast VM that completely operates in a different way. So, and the second thing I want to mention is that that eventually I kind of feel like one of the roles of our gas formula is to actually also to reward some good programming, you know, like paradigms. And by good, I mean like ergonomic and safe, not necessarily the most well optimized. And also in the future, I would say you could expect the compiler to do some optimizations and turn your well-written, you know, like safe code into something that's also performant.
Good to know. I didn't know that we boxed everything internally. That changes my whole model of cool. But this is why we have Move Mondays.
One quick call out there was on the, oh wow, my brain just went somewhere. Oh, on testnet, as we mentioned in the last Move Monday, we have launched our testnet. As we mentioned in the Medium post, we made it official so the whole world will know about it, not just you lucky folks on Move Mondays. Now there's a question on how do I get some Aptos token, Aptos coin on testnet. And just like in DevNet, we also have a faucet for testnet. You can head over to aptos.com getting started. Or if you already know the DevNet URL, well, you just replace DevNet with testnet. We're very formulaic people, so very easy to kind of predict these types of things. And so, yeah, have fun, make yourself a testnet whale, buy all the NFTs you can, and rock on.
Yeah. On that line though, while we're on it, people are wondering, you know, in the past they'd be able to get hundreds of thousands of Aptos tokens from the faucet. We did move the decimal, so even though it looked like you were getting 1 million before, you weren't. Think about it like Ethereum versus Gwei. Completely blamed. Gwei. It's one of those days. And so for us, you have something very similar. You have, you know, APT, Aptos, one token, and then inside of that is actually 10 to the 8th. I think we're calling them octas. I don't know if it's official, but I've been saying it for weeks just because we need something to call it. Other contenders, I think, were Taco, Octopus. You see why we kind of settled on octas. But yeah, so what you're seeing with the decimal is it's just a display. It's much more in line with what you're actually experiencing of ten to the 8th octas is one Aptos token. And so the question here is it possible to have a faucet that returns a much larger amount for testnet?
We'll continuously evaluate the amount that we're depositing on the testnet faucet based upon the actual gas costs for doing transactions. If you do run into an issue, feel free to hit us up on Discord, and we are very happy to take feedback to help facilitate seamless experience on top of testnet and devnet. So
Yeah. So this one's interesting and also answered. I pasted the same question twice. Fantastic. We got a question about the faucets. Let's see. Cool. So this actually takes us through all the questions that I had in there before. As always, if you have any additional questions, please, you can paste them into our Discord chat in the general channel, and we'll try to answer them, or alternatively, in our Twitch. So here's a question. Are we going to be able to get the gas context of the current transaction on chain? For example, the amount of gas currently used or the current gas price?
You can get it. So both of those, so the current gas price, we have an API that will look at the last 100,000 transactions to get the median as an estimate of the gas price. But to get the actual information about the minimum gas price, the maximum gas units, minimum gas units, et cetera, this is all in a resource called 0x1 gas schedule V2, I think, is the new one. But you can actually get all that information by doing a get resource call on the API, and you can get it on the fly at that point.
So because it's a resource, it is available during the transaction. So
Yes.
I had the similar thing of, let's say that I want to clear an interval table or something, but I don't want to explode from too much gas. You're saying that because the resource is there, it should be possible to see the current price and know how much gas we kind of have left.
The current price, no.
Okay.
So the price is based on the market. So there is no actual number that is on chain for the market of the gas price. However, at launch, it's probably going to be, the minimum because it's based on what people are willing to pay for it. Then when it comes to the max of the gas price boundaries, those are all stored in the resource. So I'm not exactly sure what you would do with that information at runtime, but on a move contract, but you can use that, yes.
Exciting. That's good to know. Thank you.
Just to be clear, the API that we're exposing is a estimation. It is not guaranteed to provide you the best price for gases. And if you do care about that, you may very well want to invest in your own. We take no liability for how you end up using that API.
Yes, but we certainly try. And on that line, is it possible to get the current amount of gas used during transaction?
So you can get during the transaction in like the move
Inside from
module?
move, yes.
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
No, because,
Right now, we don't provide this interface.
yeah.
Is it something we could theoretically provide?
That needs to be discussed because this could have like non-trivial implications.
I think that's just
like
complicated.
security model.
Yeah,
system,
That, and then also the fact that you looking up the gas price, the gas used is probably also affects the gas that's used, probably. So that gets a little complicated.
Cool. Good to know. All these things, super neat. I appreciate the questions. We all appreciate the questions. They do help drive design internally, roadmap, and discussions, as you can see. So unless there is anything else, I do think we're kind of at the end. I'm not seeing any new additional questions that we really can answer. The general things of Aptos is indeed a proof of stake chain, delegated proof of stake. Yeah, that seems to be it. Fantastic. Everybody, I hope you have a great week. If there are any questions that aren't answered, I highly recommend that you paste them potentially in like the note support channel or somewhere else. We do want to make sure that we can get to all of your questions in general. Tokenomics, of course, coming soon. Much like IT4, Mainnet, and everything else. It is all coming soon, I promise. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic week. And thank you again, everyone from Souffl3 for coming and joining and speaking about your experiences and also for building a very fun product. Bye-bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.